Oh my goodness, well, we're up and ready to go again. Now, I was up. I asked Siri what time it was, and I thought it said 6 something. It was 3 something. So the puppies got up, and they were taken out early in the morning, which they like. And they, did their puppy thing. And so at the moment, I'm here going in to get my coffee. I did find a Dutch Brothers here. So we got on the road. It was real early. It was still real dark. And I drove for a while, but then I pulled into a truck stop and went back and slept again for a little bit until it was light out. You see Mr. Mickey back there doing his bark diligence over there. Oh my goodness. So I'm over here, and it's really nice the way they have some saguaro cactus up here. Because I'm over by Tucson at the moment, going through this Dutch Brothers, well, the other side of Tucson already. And so we had a good sleep last night, but it, wasn't so cold here at night. But yeah, I had it set and we were comfortable. Hold on, I'm up here getting my coffee. Gotta have my coffee.
Hello, the sugar-free dark chocolate peppermint.
That's it, yes. So maybe I'll go to the original Dutch Brothers, which is up in Grant, Oregon. I'm glad that they're now, spread out across, but I remember going to the Dutch Brothers a number of years ago in Grant. And it was like this, it was one of the little small kiosk type things, drive through like this. And so they have a lot of people working in there. Five people in there in that little space. So why did I switch to Dutch Brothers? Because I was a really Starbucks aficionado. I was, holding on to it. Because they only have one sugar-free flavor in Starbucks. That's it. And their prices. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Okay, now I'm ready to go. I am been reinforced here. That is good. Dutch Brothers carries so many flavors that are sugar-free, and their price was a little better. Now I think their price is comparable to Starbucks, but they have a lot more choices. And so Starbucks has basically lost my business. I have changed to Dutch Brothers now. So far, even with running the heat all night, I'm still just on the verge of 42 miles per gallon on the freeway. So that's, I'll take that. 42 miles per gallon on the freeway, and that's with running your car all night. So you can't beat that. So yeah, not too far from Phoenix. I do not relish driving through Phoenix. It's just, crazy traffic there. And to think I used to drive it all the time. My daughter went to high school in Tempe. We lived in Tempe. And she did her 4 years of high school in Tempe. And I worked out at Carl T. Hayden, VA. Yeah, I worked at the Carl T. Hayden, VA, doing phlebotomy. Okay. So I drove that Phoenix area traffic every day. Oh my goodness. So this yesterday was good as far as the setup and everything. So I think this works fine. I'm able to cook in here. Now, so many people I see that are doing the Prius for camping, most of them are cooking outside and, but yeah, no, I'm able to cook in here. And like I said, yesterday I had liver and the puppies had their cube steak and liver and some of their kibble stuff that they have, the science diet as well. So they had a smorgasbord of goodies yesterday. Yeah. I'm glad at this time that I'm going east and I don't have the sun in my eyes this morning. That's always the worst, having the sun. They have so many now Indians on the road. There's Sangha Transport definitely is Indian company. And I remember once an Indian driver, somebody knifed him. They stopped at a rest stop, and this guy came stumbling out, and somebody had taken a knife to him. I probably thought he was a Muslim or something, and so I had took off belt I had and made a tourniquet, and we called the ambulance and stuff. The ambulance finally came, but he didn't want to talk. He didn't want to say who did it. He was clamming up. So that was, that was not good to see. But I've seen a number of Sikh drivers from India. Well, the roads here are much easier to drive than they're in India, I can tell you that. Some of those roads in India can be treacherous. The mountain passes and stuff. One time I was taking this bus in India, and they had a big avalanche, and we had to get out of the bus, carry our stuff, and go across over the avalanche. And then another bus met with us on the other side, but we're having to cross the stream and cross on this piece of wood, and it was crazy. It was crazy. But some of those roads, when you're going up in the Himalayas and stuff, they can be very treacherous, and they have had quite a few buses and things go down the mountains. Yeah, it can be very treacherous on the roads in India. So I'm sure that they're much happier driving here. This is like easy breezy, no biggie, here compared to what it is driving in India, which is insane. Yeah, driving's tough. It was tough when I was driving because the truck never stopped. We had two drivers. So one would drive and the other would try to sleep. And I was driving for Starnes out of Whittier, go up and we'd pick up produce and we'd drive all the way across country. I mean, I would say it was kind of cross-country driver. I mean, I was a cross-country driver. We do this every week. And we would pick up produce and then we would drive up and drop the trailer off at the Canadian border by New York, and we'd pick up an empty trailer and we'd haul steel cable from New Jersey back. Every week we would do this. And yeah, the only time the truck would stop was when we were picking up the load or when we had to fuel up. When we were fueling up is when we would go grab something to eat, restroom stop and eating and everything. So yeah, that was kind of tough every week. It's a good thing I like driving, isn't it? That was a lot of driving. This is nothing anymore, when you're driving cross country every week, up and back. Yeah. Oh, mercy. So anyway, on that note, I just wanted to say we're up, we're ready. We had a good evening. I stopped at Cracker Barrel again. It's a great place to stop. If I can't find a place outwards, I'll stop at either sometimes a rest area, but some rest areas, they don't let you stay overnight. Some of them have, you can stay for a couple hours or whatever. So if either a rest stop, if I can find a place off-road, I'd rather do that. But if I can't find that, then I'm fine with staying at Cracker Barrel or one of the truck stops. Now the truck stops are good because they're open all night. The restrooms are there if you want a snack or something. Although they don't have a whole lot for me for snacking, being carnivore. Just saying. That's why it's good. I've got a whole refrigerator back there. And actually yesterday I did try cooking it in a little water and it worked out really well. So I think that's what I'm going to have to do because my stuff is pretty frozen back there, which is actually a good thing because otherwise I don't know how long I would be able to keep it, but we'll see. So I run the refrigerator while I'm driving. At night when I stop, I unplug it because it'll be, a extra draw on the battery, and once I unplug it, if I'm not opening it and stuff, it'll stay cold in there. It should stay just fine. So, all good. All good. Oh my goodness. So on that note, I'll leave that here. Maybe I'll turn the camera. I have to stop. I wish you could just turn it around, while you're videoing. While you're recording, videoing. While you're recording. Oh, Lord have mercy. But you can't, so I have to stop this and start it and then put them together afterwards. Let's look at some of the road. What are the driving conditions this